The official synopsis for the upcoming Magic Mike sequel, Magic Mike XXL, has been released, and it reads as follows. Picking up the story 3 years after Mike bowed out of the stripper life at the top of his game, Magic Mike XXL finds the remaining Kings of Tampa likewise ready to throw in the towel. But they want to do it their way, burning down the house in one last blowout performance in Myrtle Beach, and with the legendary headliner Magic Mike sharing the spotlight with them. On the road to their final show with whistle stops in Jacksonville and Savannah to renew old acquaintances and make new friends, Mike and the guys learn some new moves and shake off the past in some surprising ways. John Byers sell the sounds of Magic Mike XXL.
Well, before we do anything else, of course, everybody, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we look better doing it. Okay, so Kevin Nash is the man. Just let me say that. Kevin Nash is the man. I gotta say this too. When I finally watched Magic Mike, I think one of the only reasons I watched Magic Mike was because Kevin Nash was in it, and I'm an old school wrestling fan. I used to watch when I was a kid, and it was so funny watching all these other guys like Channing Tatum dance around, stuff like that. And whenever I went to Kevin Nash, I think his name in the movie was Tarzan.
Yes.
Whenever I went to Kevin Nash, everybody's dancing around, but Kevin Nash is just. Because that's like all he can do. That's all he's got, which is pretty funny. I like the sounds of this. Look, Magic Mike actually ended up being one of these movies that had more depth to it than you would have thought on the surface. Because on the surface, it was just Channing Tatum as a male stripper. Wah, wah.
Well,
it's going to be
film.
Yeah, but it's a Soderbergh film, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people going into it, including me, just kind of brush that aside. It's Channing Tatum as a male stripper. But it had depth and it has some dramatic elements. It's not that bad of a film, actually. I kind of enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it for different reasons than me, but I thought it was pretty good. I think this sounds like a really nice follow-up. This does sound like, if you're going to put out a synopsis for Magic Mike 2, this sounds like a good one, like a little bit of a road trip movie. You got a pretty eclectic group of characters in the male stripping world, coming back for one last hurrah. It's got a lot of elements in here that I kind of like the sounds of, so for me, it's a buy.
Yeah, it's also a buy. I think the synopsis is pretty ridiculous, but I do think that the first one was, it was a Soderbergh film, so it did have a lot more depth and darkness, kind of like he does with it. And I do think that Channing Tatum, first of all, he's an amazing dancer. That's real beyond being half naked in the scenes. I'm not going to complain about that, but he is a really good dancer. And I am mostly intrigued with the cast they're getting on for this, because Elizabeth Banks signed on, Jada Pinkett Smith, and the most surprising and excited one for me is the Childish Gambino, one of my favorite, artists in that domain. So that is bizarre to me, and I love it. So yeah, I think this should be at least fun. And I know Soderbergh's not directing this, but someone that's pretty much been, apprenticed by him has stepping behind the lens for that. So that's always a good sign if someone hopefully learned from him a little bit.
And I think Soderbergh's still involved in the film.
Producer, right?
He's editing it, and he's the DP.
What?
I didn't know he was. Are you sure he's the DP?
He is the DP.
I did not know that
I did not
either.
know that.
That's why. That's what's so crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, I'm not directing it, but I'll be there for every moment of my assistant director's directing debut.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, he's there basically. He's kind of like, he's there.
Cool.
That adds an interesting element to it.
I have not seen Magic Mike yet. I'm still waiting for Showgirls 2. So I don't know what's up with Magic Mike 2 happening first. Guys, anybody? So anyway, I guess I'll just have to see Magic Mike and then see Magic Mike 2.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The only thing I remember seeing Elizabeth Shannon in after
Berkeley.
Yeah, Elizabeth Shannon's another one of those. Elizabeth Berkley in after Showgirls was, she had a small but surprisingly good little spot in Any Given Sunday. Remember,
love that movie.
she was the prostitute with Al Pacino.
She likes to do that role.
Well, I mean, it worked. But
I love Showgirls, all right? Guilty pleasure.
Same here. It was a fun movie.
Hey everyone, if you liked this video, click that thumbs up button and make sure to subscribe to our AMC Movie News YouTube channel. It's free and helps you stay up to date with all the latest movie news, as well as our daily AMC movie talk show. Also, make sure that you follow us on Facebook and Twitter to stay up to date with all of our special promotions, contests, and prize giveaways.